All right, my name is Michele Weiss. This is my PATH teaching certification video. This is my resubmission. On my left, I've got Miss Penelope, and she is writing Emma, and Janet is her leader. On my right, I've got Amani writing Splash, and Juliana is her leader. I've already checked helmets. Both riders are wearing ASTM SCI certified helmets, and they're all fitting properly. The gates are all closed. Penelope is already mounted. There are no obstructions in the arena, and we're going to go ahead and mount Mr. Splash. So Miss Amani, why don't you come with me? Miss Emma, why don't you take Emma to the letter F and ask her to walk around and work on your walk-halt transitions at the letters. So I know that you know how to mount Mr. Splash, but I need to walk through it with the video, so bear with me. I appreciate your patience. Why don't you pull your stirrups down, if you can get Mr. Squish centered. And I'm going to go ahead and lower your stirrup on the other side. Oh, and I've already done one tack check on both horses. All right, why don't you move the mounting block over. Okay, step up on the block, pick up your reins in your left hand, put your hand on the stirrup. Actually pick up your reins in both reins in the left hand. Put your hands on the, grab some mane, put your left foot in the stirrup, and then you're going to go up and over. Nicely done. I'm going to move the mounting block out of the way. I'm going to do a quick second tack check on Mr. Splash. All right, we're good. Miss Amani, you're going to go off to the right to the letter F, and you're going to go around the arena. We're going to just go as far around as the standing poles. So ask Mr. Splash to walk on. Juliana, thank you for unclipping. You're just going to be in the support position in case Splash decides to dive into the middle.
Okay.
Potty break. Nice with your voice, Miss Penelope. All right, why don't you stop at the blue pole and we'll wait for Mr. Splash to catch up. Great with your voice. I like the way you're standing up nice and tall, Penelope. Good voice. And I like the way you held her onto her. All right, Miss Janet, we're going to unclip, and you're going to be just in the spotter position. Juliana's already in the spotter position. Miss Amani, on the count of 3, 2, 1, we're going to ask our horses to whoa. Good with your voice. We're going to take our feet out of our stirrups and let our legs dangle nice and long. We're going to stretch into our leg, and we're going to keep sit deep in our seat. So ask your horses to walk on. I like the way that you're keeping your ankles down, Miss Penelope, but we want to keep our toes don't go out. They just relax your legs and down with your heels. I like your legs, Miss Amani. Okay, so today we're going to be working on transitions. So we're going to be working on walk-halt transitions, and we're going to work on walk-to-trot transitions. But right now we're going to just warm up a little bit. So while we're here, we're going to do shoulder rolls. So we're going to lift our shoulders up and around and do big giant circles with our shoulders while still holding on to the reins. Up and around. Now one thing, Miss Amani, why don't you ask Mr. Squish to whoa, because she's getting, so I want you guys also to be mindful of spacing between each other and make sure there's 2 horse lengths between each one of you, and do either either whoas or half halts or circles to stop that. Okay, so we're going to put both of our reins in one hand, and we're going to lift that other hand up to the sky and just stretch, and we're going to sit deep in our seat and just stretch nice and tall for the count of 1, 2, 3. Great. We're going to drop our hands. We're going to put our reins in our other hand, and we're going to lift the other hand up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3, to relax our shoulders and relax our bodies. Fantastic. And now we're going to just do a couple of little torso twists. So we're going to just turn our shoulders one way, and then the other way, and then one way, and then the other way. Again, just to relax our seat and relax our bodies. All right. So, Miss Amani, let's ask Mr. Splash to whoa. just to give a little bit more room. Okay, ask your horse to walk on. We're going to do a couple of ankle rolls. So we're going to just turn our ankles around and around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now we're going to do a half circle reverse, and we're going to use our inside rein, which is your left rein, and we're going to do a half circle reverse, but without, so, and go in the other direction. So Miss Imani, let's give a little bit more room. There you go, and when you're ready, go ahead and ask your horse for a half circle in reverse. And look where you're going. Nice with your eyes, Miss Penelope. Great, Imani. I like the way you release your reins. All right. Miss Imani, why don't you come into the center? We'll do another tack check. Miss Penelope, you can keep going around the circle. And ask your horse to whoa. I'm going to do another tack check. Okay, you can take your feet back in your stirrups. How do your stirrups feel now that you were out hanging out? They feel good? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so go ahead and ask, I'm going to do fall in behind Miss Emma and ask Miss Slash to walk on. Miss Penelope, why don't you come into the center? We'll take your feet back in your stirrups. We'll do another tack check. This will be our third tack check. Great with your voice. Take your feet back in your stirrups. You look a little uneven. Can you square up Miss Emma, please? I think maybe it's that. How do your stirrups feel?
This one kind of feels a little bit longer than this one.
Actually, I think it was just the way she's standing. I can adjust it. Does that feel better now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just the way that she was.
All right. So I'm going to do a third tack check with Miss Emma. All right. We're good here. And your stirrups feel good, and your saddle's still balanced. So you're going to go off to the left, and you're going to go around the orange pole and fall in behind Mr. Squish. Miss Imani, you'll stop at the green pole. We'll wait up for Miss Emma. Okay, so we're going to start with our walk-halt transition. So ask him to walk. Great with your seat. So basically, I know you guys know how to do a walk-halt. Do you want to just walk me through it? How do you do a halt when you're at the walk? Pull your reins back and sit deep in your seat and take a breath. And Miss Emma, Penelope, how do you get Miss Emma to walk after a halt?
You squeeze and release your reins.
Exactly. All right, so at the each standing pole, you're going to ask your horse to walk, to whoa, and then you're going to ask them to walk on, okay? We're going to just work on our walk-halt transitions, and then we'll move up to our walk-trot transitions. The reason we're going through this is if you've got a good walk-trot transition, then that makes your trot to canter transition so much better, okay? Ask your horses to walk on. So at each one of the poles, so Monty, you'll stop at the yellow pole. Miss Penelope, you'll stop at the green pole. Sit deep in your seat, take a breath, and ask your horse to walk. Like the way your body is nice and tall, Penelope. Great releasing of your hands, Miss Imani. Ask your horses to walk back on. We'll do the same thing at the other standing poles. So basically on the long side, right before the long side, you're going to ask your horse to whoa. You'll stop at the yellow pole. Great with your voice, Imani. Nice job. Okay, so we're going to do a half circle reverse on the count of 3. We're going to use our inside rein, which is our right rein. We're going to look where we're going, and we're going to turn around and do a half circle reverse. On the count of 1, 2, 3, ask your horse to walk on, and then we'll do a half circle reverse. I like the way you're looking, Imani. Nice looking, Miss Penelope. Oh, that was Emma being a little klutzy. Okay, Imani, at the yellow pole, you're going to ask Squish to whoa. Penelope, at the green pole, you're going to ask Miss Emma to whoa. Use your voice and your seat. Nice job. So the reason we also ride without stirrups is to deepen our seat and lengthen our leg and just relax our body. So let's do this one more time down this side. So ask your horses to walk on. Miss Imani, you'll stop at the green pole. Miss Penelope, you'll stop at the blue pole. Great with your voice. And I like the way you pull your hands back to your pockets. Nice job. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the trot. We're going to do the sitting trot. So when we're sitting in the sitting trot, we're going to sit deep in our seats, and your belly is going to be acting like a spring to absorb the shock, so you're not bouncing. So it'll help lessen the bouncing. So you can just sit deep in your seat and relax. The way we ask our horse to trot is very similar to the way we ask our horse to walk. Miss Penelope, how do we ask our horse to trot? Give him a squeeze, and ask him to, and use your voice. Yeah, and then how do we ask Mr. Splash to whoa? Because that's going to be your problem. Uh-huh. Good job. And use your voice. There you go. I forgot that. Give that back. Okay. So ask your horses to walk on. Now the way we're going to have to get our horses to go into an effective trot is by getting them to walk faster. They need to be engaged. Good with your voice, Penelope. So let's see a little sachet in her step. And when you feel ready, once you're on the long side of the yellow pole, Miss Penelope, you're going to ask Miss Emma to trot. Using your voice and your legs, squeeze with your legs. Miss Amani, you're going to do the same thing. Mr. Squish is already he already knows the word. So at the yellow pole, you're going to ask him to trot. Good with your voice, give her a squeeze. A little more squeeze, kick, kick, kick. Nice job, Penelope. And then at the green pole, you're going to sit down deep in your seat and ask her to whoa. Down the other side, you're going to do the same thing at the blue pole. I like the way you're sitting deep in your seat, Miss Amani. And I like the fact that you're getting Miss Emma prepared and asking her to walk up, Miss Penelope. Good job. I think that was your best one so far.
Walk up. Walk up.
Sit deep in your seat. Nice job. We're going to soften your reins a little bit, Miss Amani. All right, one more time down this way. Go with your voice. I like the way you're looking ahead, Miss Penelope. Give her a squeeze.
Trot. Trot.
There you go. That was nice. You persevered. All right. So now we're going to do a half circle reverse. We're going to pull on our inside rein and look to our inside. We're going to do a half circle reverse and go in the other direction. Whoa. Good with your, that was good problem solving, Penelope, waiting for Mr. Splash to get out of the way.
Whoa.
Up. Whoa. All right, so let's do our left rein and our inside leg and push her over to the outside rail. Let's wait for Miss Emma to come along. Oh, so Splash is being Splash. I think he's getting a little tired. So why don't we put him back on lead? Yep. Ask him to, well, good, Penelope. Splash is up to his normal tricks. It's not your fault. He's just trying to duck in. He's been, because you rode him before. And he just needs, so Penelope, Juliana, you're just going to be along for the ride just to keep him from ducking in so we can focus on trotting. Great with your voice. So Amani, at the orange pole, you're going to ask Mr. Splash to trot, and at the blue pole, you're going to ask him to walk. Great with your voice. I like your seat, nice and relaxed and great and long. You're going to do the same thing, Miss Penelope, at the orange pole, you're going to ask him to trot, and then at the blue pole, you're going to ask her to walk. Amani, at the green pole, you're going to ask Mr. Splash to trot. Great, now she's responding. Nice job, Penelope. Good with your voice, Amani. We'll do this one more time in this direction. So Amani at the orange pole, you're going to ask her to trot. At the green pole, you're going to ask Miss Emma to trot.
Trot.
Nice job. Relax your hands, Miss Emma, Miss Penelope. Nice job. Miss Emma is starting to anticipate. And now we're just going to walk. Nice, Penelope. Good job. So did you notice a difference between each time that we asked them to go through these transitions? Were they getting easier to get them to move or slower, or what did you notice? Which?
It was getting easier.
It was getting easier, yeah. And Penelope, did you find that it was easier to get her to trot faster, to trot quicker, right off your leg? And Amani, did you notice that was it easier to get him to whoa and come down to the walk? Yeah. So, thank you. Now you can start seeing why it's important to have good walk-trot transitions to be able to successfully go from a trot to a canter, because I know that's where you guys want to go. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? Okay, so we're going to just cool our horses down because they worked really hard today, and relax our bodies and relax our hands. Miss Janet, are you guys still okay off lead? Yeah, you're fine. Okay. All right, so now we're going to just sit deep in our seats and relax because, you know, we probably got a little tense with all of that trotting. But you guys did a great job. Now, if we were going to do posting and posting trot transitions, what we would do to get that, we'd go from posting and we would sit deep in our seats. But we'll do that next time, okay? So you guys rock this. I appreciate your help. I'm really proud of you. Miss Emma, why don't you come on over here and you'll come to my right. Miss Amani, you'll come in at the letter B and you'll come to my left. Nice with your voice. You guys rocked it. I love the way you were nice and relaxed with your shoulders and pulling back to your pockets. And Miss Amani, I loved how your body just absorbed all of the sitting trot and took all the momentum out so you weren't bouncing too much. You guys did great. When you're ready, ask your horse to whoa. Miss Jenna, if you don't mind clipping so we can dismount. So since since Penelope was on first, we're going to have Penelope get off first. And Penelope, I need to walk you through the process just for the video. I know you know how to do this, but if you don't mind just bearing with me, okay? Do you want me to take your crop?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to pass that to Miss Janet. So we're going to drop our reins and take our feet out of the stirrups. Put our stirrup up here so it doesn't get in the way. So when you're coming down, let me make sure your stirrup is off out there. So we're going to lean forward, put our hands on her neck. We're up and over with your leg, and good job. Nicely done. We're going to run our stirrups up, and we're going to thank our team.
Thank you.
Miss Penelope, I'm so proud of you. You did a great job, and Miss Janet needs a high five too. Thank you, Amani. We'll get you off in a minute, and we are good.